Hey folks, this is Matt once again, and welcome back to another review. Now this is a review that I was going to wait on for a while, because I was going to wait to review this when I review more killer dog movies. Cujo, The Pack, maybe check out that one, I can't remember the title, but I think it's a guy trapped in a store or a shopping mall with these vicious attack dogs, guard dogs. Can't remember the name of it. I don't know if it was a movie or TV movie or theatrical. For some reason I think TV movie, but maybe re-review Man's Best Friend. But there's a nice guy on here who has sent me stuff in the past, including this. And he wanted my review of it soon. And I said, okay, it's no reason to keep him waiting. And I have a lot of other stuff to get to, but it's the least I can do. And it's a 1976 film called Dogs. It stars a guy named David McCallum, who was on a TV show, The Man from U.N.C.L.E. You also have George Weiner, or Winner. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Weiner or Winner. He's a guy in Spaceballs that's not Mel Brooks, not Rick Moranis, but he's one of the villains. Like when you usually show all three of them, the movie shows all three of them. So it's a guy that's not Rick Moranis and not Mel Brooks. It's the other guy with the hat. And then you have Linda Gray, who I don't know who that is. Directed by Burt Brickerhoff, which this guy mainly went on to do a lot of TV. He went on to do Elf, and he did Matlock. He did Beverly Hills 90210, the TV show 9 to 5, Remington Steele. He did a lot of TV stuff, the director. And this does have features, by the way. It has about a 20-minute making of the film. And you have snippets from the director, from George Weiner, or Winner. I'll just say Winner, even if I'm mispronouncing it. It just sounds better than Weiner. So I'll just say George Winner, even if I'm saying it wrong. Fuck it. But yeah, it's a 19-minute making of. Funny story from a guy who was somewhere beyond production selling the movie, that there were TV stations or such being pissed saying, oh, since we showed your TV spots for your film, people have been calling us saying their dogs are getting more mad or pissed off. Even the guy admits, so what? You try to tell me that your dogs are watching it and then getting ideas? So it just shows the stupidity of some people. And by the way, this DVD cover sucks. I don't know why they don't just go for the original posters and covers. Maybe it's rights. But so you make it look like shit. And by the way, the dogs in this do not have red eyes. They don't have red glowing eyes. In fact, they don't even look like these dogs here, breed-wise. And then with the red eyes, like who? I got this as a gift, but who the hell would buy this if they didn't know anything about it? Yeah, this looks so good to buy. A goofy-looking cover with a dog with red eyes. That looks like someone, like the type of eyes you would take if someone took a Polaroid. Like who the fuck would buy? Anyway, this film at the end of the day, I thought was okay. It's even hard to say that. It's a time waster for me at best. But I could definitely say Cujo is miles better. I could definitely say I've seen snippets of the film The Pack with Joe Don Baker. I have the film, so I'll on DVD-R, so I'll give that film a look one day down the road. But the stuff I've seen looks miles better than this. Even Man's Best Friend, I could say I like better than this. Man's Best Friend is silly, but I had more fun than this movie. This film, at the end of the day, I thought was pretty tedious, a little bit laughable. And I'm a sucker for killer animal movies. I really am. Not every killer animal movie, but a lot of killer animal movies I enjoy. I mean, hell, I enjoy Alligator. I enjoy Cujo. I enjoy killer rat films like Of Unknown Origin. I have Deadly Eyes, so I want to give that a look one day down the road. I mean, I've seen it. I just need time. But there's a lot. Hell, I even have a book about killer animals. That's a really interesting book called Tooth and Claw. A lot of killer animal films I enjoy. This one, again, it's a time waster at most. Not much to it. I mean, it starts off some interesting POV shots with the dog's perspective, but then you have this slow motion with these dogs running in a pack. And the thing is, a lot of the dogs, not all, but a lot of them, they're kind of cute. So it's kind of hard to be afraid of these dogs that look kind of cute. I mean, even the really fluffy kind of dogs. They're surprised they didn't have a poodle. I know there's a one movie, my friend Mike OCP knows what I'm talking about a poodle. That's all I mentioned. Just watch his channel. But I don't understand why this gets a 4.4 is what I'm saying on IMDb. Because yeah, some of these dogs are just not that, they're not scary. Like Cujo is scary. But if you have a dog that looks like Benji, that's not going to be scary. I don't care how many times it growls. And the explanation is something to do with the government at this campus, college campus, having some accelerator. I'm like, what is it, a particle accelerator? What is this? Like fucking micro bonsais don't pop out somewhere? But no, it's some accelerator from the government that's with this campus. Cattle have been getting killed. You see a couple little bloody bits of the cattle, but at the same time, it's done in the dark at night, where it's too dark. And this is not like a bootleg DVD either. I mean, hell, it even has a making of feature and TV spot and a trailer. But when it's dark, it's dark, but it's too damn dark to see anything. So you get the idea that there's a bloody carcass there, but you don't really see much detail because it's too damn dark. And pretty much this rancher's getting pissed that his cattle's being killed. David McCallum, who I gotta say another reason why I'm not a big fan of this movie. I'm really not. I didn't hate it. That's why I say time waster, because I didn't hate the film, because I'm like, okay, I can watch this while I'm fucking around on my computer. But it doesn't draw me in because the characters, there's nothing to the characters. David McCallum, he's a guy who's a scientist, who's, I guess, rebellious. He's got a beard, the 70s beard, and he seems like he's sulking all the time. Like, and not only sulking, but then very British. But actually, I can't remember the exact fucking dialogue. But it's like, that's sort of his whole performance throughout the whole film. And I'm like, I don't give two fucks about it. Instead, take those two fucks, put it in a bottle, put it upside an ass, then put that ass in a fucking well, slide the well shut, and then that's how much I give a fuck about any character in this movie. And that's how much fuck this guy seems to care about his performance. He seems like he doesn't even want to fucking be there, the lead guy. David McCallum seems like he's bored out of his mind. Did my paycheck clear? Okay, good. Is that the time? Okay, good. He might as well be just look at his watch. Oh yeah, the dog. I think the dog. I think I'm not much for conjecture, but I think this might be dogs. I don't give a fuck. You know who I do give a fuck? I give a fuck about Christopher George and Grizzly. He was cool. I give a fuck about Robert Force and Alligator. He was cool. I give a fuck about Dee Wallace and Cujo. She was a good character. Imperfect, but that made it a little bit more interesting. Still, you could tell she was really into it. David McCallum seems like he doesn't want to be in this movie. It makes sense why he's not in the making of. And the other characters, there's nothing really to them. And then you have these kids. Oh my god, this is really on the nose. They're singing, roll over, da 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 da, roll over, roll over. You did, because like you tell a dog to roll over. I know people are like, are you sure? I don't know. Sometimes a lot of times I say this is just a time waster, and then I end up ranting on it. So I might say, stick with me. This is my. I might when I talk it out loud. Sometimes that makes me realize more on which side of the fence I'm on when I'm saying it out loud. Because it didn't make me mad while watching it. But then the more I think about it, but what's the fucking point of watching this movie when you can watch Cujo when films like The Pact, that seems more interesting. Hell, even that film called The Breed with Michelle Rodriguez, I didn't care for the last shot because it seemed like a sequel bait ending or a, oh, the movie's not over, but then it is over. What? Didn't need that last shot, but the rest of the film I thought was better than this. Um, but yeah, the doctor, the scientist sees a body at the morgue. Some people get attacked, like this guy on a bicycle gets attacked, and then this old woman comes out and she gets attacked and dragged away, and you see a little bit of blood on the face and around the neck. I'll give credit to the animal trainers, the dogs doing stuff, because nowadays that would just be CGI, so I do give credit to that, but yeah, that's mild praise. Pretty much, David McCallum talks to George Winter and says that these might be dogs, and George Winter says a really fucking. He says the line that I actually wrote down because it was so. If they gather in sufficient number to reach critical mass. This is a real laughable thing. Uh, Pretty much these kids are at this dog show showing off their dogs, and they bark and they're running, and people and kids are running, and that's what I mean. This isn't scary because a lot of the dogs are like cute looking, and they're just sort of running. They're not really being that vicious. They're barking a little bit, but kick them. I mean, like Cujo, you can understand, but a lot of these dogs, no. I'd probably say I put this over was that fucking movie Rottweiler. The one was like a robot cyborg dog. That could have been goofy fun, but it was just stupid, boring, tedious with a shitty, depressing ending. Fuck Rottweiler. Uh, what the hell happened after that? Yeah, the dogs went ape shit. This posse gets pit. These people form a posse. They go out. They hear this howling noise. They get attacked. Again, the scene is too fucking dark to see anything. Maybe this is a fucking rant. Because the more I think about it, I'm like, it didn't piss me off watch it, but I'm like, wow, I could do so much more with my time than watching this. It's at the 1 minute. What did I really like about it? Okay, it's actual dogs doing stuff. Wow. Okay. What else? That's pretty much it. Why the fuck am I calling it a time waster? I don't know. That's why I do these reviews because I'm sure people would be like, I wrote Tyler Rant, and it's like, wait a minute, at the beginning of the video you said it wasn't a rant. Well, now I'll know who actually watched the entire video because if you ask that question, you didn't watch the entire video. You didn't watch to this point. Because really, I mean, the posse's being attacked, but it's too fucking dark to see anything. I could tell that maybe there's a little bit of makeup on people's faces, but that's about it. One guy gets away, but he crawls to his truck, but he dies of his wounds. A woman gets attacked in her shower and dies. George Winter and David McCallum find a couple of dead bodies. One in a cupboard, which I'm guessing the guy got attacked. He was bleeding. He hid in the cupboard and he died of blood loss. And that's why he was in the cupboard. That'd be my only guess. This dog's attacking this guy, and George Winter is ready to shoot. He misses and he shoots the guy. And David McCallum shoots the dog, but George Winter shoots the guy. He's like, oh my god, I shot him. Yeah, because you're an idiot. I mean, it's not like a tiny fucking dog. You could get up close and go boom. But hell, what do I know? And then pretty much they split up, and George Winter is going to go to the school to get the students, while David McCallum is going to get his girl. Now, David McCallum goes to get his girl, and for some reason, her little dog isn't affected. I thought, oh, this is going to lead to later on where she's carrying this dog, but then the dog's going to turn. The dog never fucking turns. Or it's going to be like, well, wait a minute. Why is this dog not being affected? What's different about this dog that's not about these dogs? That never comes into play. So David McCallum's girlfriend has a dog who is not affected by anything, and it's never fucking explained. Why? This is a fucking rant. This film, the more I think about it, the more it fucking sucks. The more it does fucking suck. That's what I mean when you say it out loud. It's like, well, wait a minute. This lead girl, the lead guy's girl, has a dog that isn't affected at all. And even by the end, I'm like, oh, the dog's going to attack. Or the dog. No, that dog never affected, never does anything. In fact, those two leave in their car and the dog's fine. Why? We don't know. And they don't give a shit to explain. No one gives a fuck but me, I guess. And they didn't even seem worried about it. Like, wait, you have a dog. You put that dog down. You put that dog away. That could be affected by it. They never bring it up. They were never bringing it up either. What the fuck? And then George Winter goes to this fucking guy. He goes to school, finds there's a guy missing. And of course, it's the fat guy who has like 10 plates of sweet rolls. And he's been an annoying fat fuck singing about sweet rolls. And then when the dogs come and they're cute looking dogs, oh, I'm scared by the cute dogs. George Winter's like, throw him the food. And the guy's like, I'm ready to shout, throw the fucking food. He throws the food, and one dog stays, and George Winter hits the dog. Because he has a gun, but he's stupid enough, he didn't realize he had no bullets, no shells in there. And they run. The students are stupid, so they run out from A to B, and they get chased. Some get killed, and they get in there into a building. George Winter gets there with the fat guy. And the reason I'm complaining about him because he's a stupid idiot, this guy. And because he's a stupid idiot who I don't care about, then I'll call him a fat ass. And he's a fat ass because he gets on the fucking glass door, let me in, let me in. So the dog hits him, he goes through the door window, and all the dogs go in. In fact, a dog attacks one, and everyone's staring at him going, hit it, punch it, kick it, piss on it, shit on it, do something. No, they just go. And then, lo and behold, all the students get killed. Because the dogs are attacking, George Winter comes in later, and all the students are dead. Decent bloody aftermath. There's a bunch of bodies with blood on it. Okay. And he walks off into the distance. We see him again, and he's dead, which I did too. Because what's happening with David McCallum is that, oh, we gotta get to this fucking, his David McCallum's woman is a stupid bitch. Because she says she locked all the doors and windows, but lo and behold, there's a window open, wide open, and like a dog pops in, she opens, oh my god. They go in to the garage, he's trying to board shit up, and she's useless Majee. That's all she does. Do something, bitch. Pull a dildo and swat it on its nose. Maybe the scent of that will drive it crazy to good and to protect you. No. David McCallum, oh shit, my leg's caught by the dog. She finally does something, pulls him out. Oh shit, don't have the keys. Oh shit, can't hotwire it. wait for daytime. They go from car A to car B. They get in. They drive away. They drive around. They stop by, like in a field by like a cop car, and there's George Winter. How he got all the way there and how he died? Well, how he dies because of the dogs. But last time we saw him, he was over here and he disappeared. Next day, he's dead. You would have thought he would just hid in the house or hid in the car. If he was out in the middle of a fucking field, why didn't he just hide in the car? Hey, what do I know? I don't write these things. Those two and the fucking dog that's never explained why this dog's not affected. They drive off on the radio. Oh, there's been places that have been affected. It seems like only dogs are affected. And as they drive away, a cat comes on the road. Camera zooms in. The cat goes, "Meow." And I'm like, are you setting up a sequel called Cats? And apparently the trivia on IMDb says that they wanted to do a sequel called Cats. But because this film didn't do well, that didn't happen. Okay, pussies are not scary. In fact, pussies can be nice to look at. Any kind of pussy, except dead pussy. But any other kind of pussy is nice to look at, is nice to look at. And the right kind is nice to taste. But that's a different matter, different story. Cats are not scary. I got fucking cats. I'm not worried that when I'm sleeping, they don't come in and sneak in like a ninja and slit my throat. If that was the case, then that's the kind of movie you should make. But cats are not scary. Dogs are only to an extent if you do it right, like a Cujo, or so on and so forth. But I can't... Yeah, this didn't start off as a rant, but when I'm saying this out loud, it sets up a sequel for Cats. It has a fucking dog that the lead characters are with that never gets affected. They never go, I wonder if maybe this is a key to solving what's going on and what's exactly going on and why is this dog, one dog, not affected. You would think for a scientist, David McKellen would go, that's interesting. This one dog is not affected. Interesting. Holy shit. What, were they trying to do something like The Birds, where, the little girl, the girl's like, which is actually Veronica Cartwright in The Birds, oh, let's take the birds with us. Was that what he was trying to do? It failed. The Birds, that's another good movie. And if someone goes, well, that dog did do something, well, then I must have fell asleep and got a case of narcolepsy or something because I didn't fucking notice it. And really, you get a couple of dog attacks. You get the rancher getting attacked that's too fucking dark to see. You get the posse getting attacked that's too fucking dark to see. You get a bicyclist and the old woman get attacked. You get chasing the kids at the dog show. So what happened to those kids? I guess, are those kids somewhere alive? Because when I say students, it's the college students that are dead. Are the little kids alive? Are they dead? I'm trying to remember. There's an asshole in the movie that's kind of, the type in Jaws. No, they don't do this in this movie, but he's the type that go, no, the show must go on, or the annual festivity must go on. He's that kind of guy, that asshole. I don't remember that asshole dying in this movie. If he did, it certainly wasn't epic enough for me to remember. Because I don't remember that guy dying in this movie. If any guy should die, it should be the asshole. But I don't remember him dying in this movie. If he did, someone can let me know. But I don't remember that. And if that's the case, that's another stupid thing. Don't kill the asshole. Because I sure don't remember that happening. You watch it, you go, I'm sure someone could go, it's not as bad as I'm making out to be. It's not the worst movie ever, but the more I think about it, I'm like, what is there? A couple decent, the dog trainers deserve some credit because, okay, dogs attacking people, jumping on them. That's not an easy thing to do. But character-wise, who am I to root for? Dave McCallum seems bored out of his mind. His woman, I'm guessing is Linda Gray, is a pile of nothing. George Winter, I don't mind him as an actor, but he doesn't have much to do. It's rated R, but to be honest, it didn't need to be rated R. It really didn't. I think this easily could have been a PG-13. Well, PG-13 wasn't around, but I think if PG-13 was around, this would have been fine as a PG-13. You just see like a little aftermath of blood and a little bit of blood on the face. I mean, how Poltergeist is more fucking violent in this movie. That, oh god, fucking Temple of Doom had a heart ripped out. That's more violent than this movie. Yes, I know that Spielberg is still more violent than this movie. It's not like there was humor that made me... Again, humor can work as well. When you have a film like Tremors, or a film that I'll review in a few days called Q the Winged Serpent, or, that can help as well. But the humor, I can't remember a single line that was funny on purpose. The dogs, a lot of them are cute looking. That a couple that are, I think it's the Dobermans particularly, because Dobermans, they're meant to be scary. That's why a lot of times they're used as guard dogs. Maybe there's other reasons as well. But some of the dogs they use here, I know it's because, well, it's dogs that you have as pets. That's the point. I understand that's the point. I get that. But sometimes there's a reason why you don't use that. You don't use... If it's part of a major thing, okay. But if it's your major thing, okay, if you don't have a cat doing something, if it's a little part of a scene, like for example, if you did a movie where all the animals went crazy and ape shit, and okay, it starts out with a little bit of your pet, your dog and your cat, but then at least the bigger things, I can understand that. And dogs I can understand more than cats. But again, there's a reason why, Cujo, they use that kind of dog. And the pack, it looked like those dogs are more of the oh shit kind. Even Man's Best Friend, which I know is silly, it's unrealistic, but it was more fun, entertaining in this movie. This movie just... It's not the worst thing ever as I'm making it out to be. It's just that the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I say time waster, but I didn't get pissed while watching it. I got more pissed thinking about it, weirdly enough. Will I ever really watch this again? Only if I did a marathon of killer dog movies. So I guess if you're doing a killer dog movie, you need to see every killer dog movie ever made. Okay, but other than that, there's better killer dog movies. There's better killer animal movies. I don't know what to say. There's not much to say about it, other than what I said. Maybe if it had better characters, maybe more interesting dialogue, if it had good bits of humor that was on purpose, maybe if some of the taxis were not shot at night so you can't see what the fuck's going on, maybe it didn't have stuff that I didn't piece together. And that's how forgettable this movie is. I just watched this not long ago and I'm like, did the asshole who didn't believe our heroes, did he die? Did we see him die? If so, I don't remember that. Did that dog that was with him, did that ever actually attack them? I don't remember that because I went on a big tangent rant on that. I don't ever remember that happening, so if it did, it certainly wasn't much of shit. But yeah, I got nothing else. So either way, yeah, they wanted to make a sequel called Cats. Jesus. Yeah, they did that. It's called Strays. It's another shitty movie. Anyway, I probably put Dogs above Strays. So I guess that's credit I can give. Because once in a while, the dog attacks, the dog trainers did a pretty decent job. Other than that, maybe more vicious looking dogs, more, a better pace, and better characters, or better cast, or better dialogue, writing, whatever. You didn't have good writing. Alligator is a prime example of that. Cujo is an example of everything that I said. But anyway, thanks for watching and take care. Later.